actually... I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yep.
You know, that's kind of like what Pornhub's been doing, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of hilarious that porn did that before YouTube, but hey, man, like
One of
porn's
those
that
platforms
pioneering
is
industry.
one of those platforms is more in touch with its user base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ain't
They're
YouTube.
intimate with their user base.
Ah, that hurts. That hurts to have to be able to say. Oh God.
Oh, I think we need to add to the counter for that one.
I mean, it's fine, guys. We're all adults here. Well, except
No,
for
no, that was
I mean,
crime against
fine,
comedy.
I'll say.
I was gonna say all of us are adults here except Cryptic.
Yeah.
I was just about to tell my favorite joke from Clone High, and I mean it honestly segues pretty well off of that because it's one of the few dick jokes that has actually made me bust a gut laughing.
Why you gotta be mean to me?
Cause you're the babu.
Yes, I am the what's 28 times 7?
Oh jeez. That's
196.
What? I was thinking division.
I'm the 196th month Babu.
I'm surprised you did that math as fast in your head. Gaia.
Why do you think I'm so good at D&D?
I can do smaller numbers fast quite a bit, but jeez.
I mean, like,
Well,
Good at D&D is relative.
Yeah.
well,
Like you
14 by 20
can
is
you can be
20
good
by
with the
10.
numbers. You can be good with the role play and all that fun stuff.
I mean, where it comes to like running numbers in my head, whenever it comes to like multiplication, 2-digit by 2-digit, so like a tens by a tens, is kind of where my brain stops. I can get that far, and then afterwards, it's just like too much shit to keep track of at once. I'm not like Stephen Hawking doing calculus in my noggin.
And for that, we are glad. Because
That's
that kind of galaxy brain would literally fuck me. It would bend me as a GM over. And just have its way with me.
It would find you in the Alps.
Yes, you could say that it might find me in the Alps.
For the love of God, stay away from the Dippin' Dots!
I need for the life of me to figure out how you tie that into Discord because I want to use that in my calls.
Oh no! We suck again!
We suck again!
That's a good one.
God bless voice mod.
That's
And their
voice
meme
mod
board.
that does that.
It's voice mod, and under voice mod, it's a meme generator.
Yep. They
Or
have
meme sound machine.
Yep. I've got that mapped to my number pad and all of its control functions.
Oh, right.
I've only got like 2 sounds on here. I haven't made a library yet.
I will be right back. I'm going to grab a drink so that I can stretch my water and drink my legs at the same time.
That's actually a brilliant idea. Oh, it's a good time.
For the love of God, stay away from the Dippin' Dots!
You gotta find the
I need to get
like
me.
the
I need to
German
get.
warrior that goes, "Oh my God!"
You mean
Or
this
was it
one?
that same voice actor?
That one?
Works too. Yeah, but the German one. Oh my God!
Oh, I missed.
Oh, I missed it.
Gaia, were you there when Connor was talking about the ways that Wario died memes?
No, I was not.
There was basically a memes where they're more like audio plays or like radio plays than like actual videos, but the videos are very descriptive. Like Wario jumps out of a plane and dies when his parachute rips. And it literally always ends with, "Oh my god!" and then Wario dying, which it's hilarious when the way that gets played out.
Alrighty, let's see. Got you. You're gonna be here. Cool. So I hope everyone's ready. We're
Oh yeah.
those of us who are joining on the stream, we are awaiting one last member of the group to join us, at which time we will begin the session proper.
Also gets your social medias out.
Yep, time to do that.
I know I have.
And copy and enter and plugging it in all of the discords everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes. There we go. Cool. Let's go back to it. Hup. And boom.
There we go.
Mana.
Mana. I'm posting my social media.
Nice. Alrighty.
How are you doing, chat? Are you excited for this as we are? I know I.
I'm a lumberjack and I don't care.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Sleep all night and I work all day.
I'm not going to click on the out of context Beast Wars meme. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
no.
do it. I'm not gonna do it. I should do it.
I think that's prime.
Do it. For the love of God, stay away from the Dippin' Dots!
Craig agrees. Do it then.
Eat. Get strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. Well, that's just prime.
I smell a rat. Hey! Metaphorically speaking.
Yes.
Right, and now to do
And
the
sent.
All my dead house boys, can I get an ah yes in chat?
Ah,
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Just that interpretation of Megatron was just so impressionable.
Yeah, like it's like there's two Megatrons I remember from watching Transformers as a kid. You know what they were?
Gen 1 and Beast Wars?
No. Beast Wars and Cybertron. Yeah. Yep.
I remember
That's-
one of the other ones that was playing on Fox was Oh, I forget what series it was that had the minicons in it.
It's either Armada or Energon. Probably Armada. I
Armada,
remember
yeah,
right.
that sounds.
Yeah,
God.
Armada and Energon were on Cartoon Networko.
Yeah, I want to say those were the ones that got me in whenever I was like really little,
Oh man, I
like
I have-
seven.
I
little.
I have Cybertron's Optimus Prime. Like I will openly admit to having that figure. Like that's, and I have the A10 mock-up wing saber to go with him. Like those were the two ones that I got.
I used to own some Transformers, but they've been
I-
lost to time.
I had a bunch of the Beast Wars
Oh,
ones.
Beast Wars were probably.
We had.
I had a
Optimus?
bunch of. Oh,
I was gonna say Optimus Prime, Megatron, Cheetor, Polar Claw, and Transmetal Rat Trap.
Mm. Transmetal Megatron was actually probably one of the cooler designs in that series.
I mean, yeah, considering his color scheme as well as the fact that he had two frickin' propeller wings on his
Yeah.
back.
the Beast Wars figures that I had were the one I don't remember which they were, but like they were the ones that actually combined. Like there were
Mhm.
3 of them.
Mm.
I was more of a Power Rangers kid, and like I had like all the Zords up through Power Rangers in space.
Mm. Mm. That's a
And
strong.
I gave those to I gave those to my autistic cousin, which I feel really good about.
Yeah. Give them proper sensory use.
Yeah.
My favorite Power Ranger is Dan
Exactly.
Southworth.
Honestly, of all the Transformers that I ever had, probably my favorite, and it's still that to this day, would probably have to be that wing saber that combines with Cybertron's Optimus Prime. Like honestly, for no other reason than my dad used to be in the Air Force and he worked on the A10, a lot of the A10 gunships.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. My father was my father worked on electrical systems in guided missiles and rocketry. So he actually this is a bit telling for his age. He actually was on the base that did the test flights of the F-22 and its potential competitor.
Mm.
That was a while ago. That was like, actually, as a bit of a tell for how far ahead U.S. military R&D is. This would have been in the 80s,
Oh yeah.
the 80s, 90s, like mid to late 80s into the like very early 90s before my dad turned recruiter.
Jake, did you just put us on a watch list or something?
No, I hope not.
Why is that black van sitting outside my house?
FBI, open up!
FBI, open up!
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I know if Patty was going to be a little bit behind, he'd be willing to jump in. So,
Alrighty, I'm just finishing up the writing in the intro here. So
Okay.
if we have anything else that we wish to discuss, now is the time.
I mean, we could do
Alright.
start of stream plugs.
That'll do fine.
All right, so let's just randomly start with Helix Sucks. Where can they find you, my dude?
You can find me both at Twitter and Twitch at Sucks. haven't been doing a lot of streaming lately. Been kind of busy with other things. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try again here soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Next up, Cryptic. Where can they find you?
I'm not streaming very much at the moment, but you can find me at twitch.tv/cryptic_Cyogen, and you can find me at Twitter at the same. And like usually, I'm more on I'm more playing Sea of Thieves with friends on other people's Twitch streams, like the amazing Allcore and Legit and Trash King Arisen and Takahata 101.
Yeah. All right, the fabulous Gaia Green. Where can they find you, my dude?
On Twitter, it's at GaiaGreen3, and on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/GaiaGreen. As usual, we're going to keep up with the weekly sessions of Persona 4 Golden. We're coming up, we're getting into Kanji's section of the story, which it's a blind playthrough, so I still don't know a ton about what's going on, but I do know that from the fighting games, Kanji's my favorite character, so I'm very excited to get into that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you can find me, Milo Ninja, at Milo Ninja FTW, and also on twitch.tv/Milo Ninja, where tomorrow night I'm going to be switching things up a little bit because Satisfactory is now on Steam for all of you people who may be objecting to it. I bought the copy of a game for a friend, and I'm going to be taking him through it for the first time. So, yay, that'll be fun getting him to know the ins and outs of running Satisfactory for the first time. And you can also find me as well with the occasional Sea of Thieves if these guys work up enough initiative to get me on if I feel like it, as well as with the various MNW community stuff with Halo, or, you know, sometimes I play Monster Train and Hearthstone Battlegrounds when I need to chill down, relax. But yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have a satisfactory time playing.
Oh yes, very satisfactory time. Hee.
Oh no! We suck again!
We suck again!
Ah.
Beans. Craig B 1992 with the 100 bits. Look, bits. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Not the bits. They're in my eyes. Ah!
I can verify
For the
that
love of God, stay away from the Dippin' Dots!
every fucking time.
All right, everyone, whenever Helix starts streaming more often again, let it be known that he officially needs his bit emote to be Dippin' Dots.
Yes.
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 No.
Yes.
This
Who's
is a
this
democracy, Helix. The people have decided.
On my channel, it isn't. Fuck off.
I mean, you can make those your channel points.
There you go.
Just for the memes. It's either that or skulls, but I think Vaughn's already got that market cornered.
Yeah.
And you can also find our boy Johan. That's the Battery Batty. You can also find him streaming on Twitch at Battery Batty, where he currently plays and runs in 2 separate D&D games, Bugs Bones, as well as his Yu Yu Hakusho Spirit Detective inspired one, which, right, but he does good stuff there. He also draws the cartoons, the real good ones.
Yes. Fey Anarchy is some good stuff.
It's very good, and he needs the support that he can get because he's recently, switched mediums in his production process, so he's been redoing the first 2 chapters.
Yep. He's redoing it in more... honestly, his style is almost basic manga.
Also, speaking of artwork, I saw that he recently did some artwork for Luis Vasquez for his new upcoming album.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
And
he did. It's very good.
And, Luis Vasquez, for those of you who don't know it, he is community adjacent to some of the places that we're in. He does music commissions, and I might have to look into his new album if I remember the tweet right. It's copyright, or at least he won't pursue copyright strikes against content creators that use his music. So that's good for Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Really, really looking forward to seeing if there's some good battle tracks, because Lord knows we need some more.
Good metal tracks, especially from
Oh
Luis.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Speaking of metal tracks, do you guys mind if I do a thing?
Go
Helix,
for it.
Helix probably has an idea of what kind of thing I'm going for. Let's see, where are you at? There you're at. Cool. We'll let this music go on. You can find this particular song over on YouTube, and I'll post the link in the chat as we give this last little bit here.
Oh, I love it already. I am already in love.
Indeed. Me too.
Welcome to the mind virus that's been in my brain for the past 24 hours.
Congratulations, you're now the carrier that's making it infectious as all beat heck.
Heh. This is the kind of pandemic we want to spread, because this is good shit. Go support JD Spears over on YouTube. He makes some really good covers. And you can also find his Patreon over at patreon.com/DylanSpears. Lord knows I'm going to be starting to support that, at least. Dollar for access to MP3s of all this stuff. I hope that's pretty good.
Oh, that's really good. Mwah. All hail! Well, that's wait.
Yeah. Sage knows why. I plug good music.
I just love how anime this sounds.
It really does. It sounds like it belongs to the My Hero OST or the Dragon Ball
Yes.
OST. It meshes so well. So well.
Oh, you can make so many AMVs with this.
Oh,
Yeah.
You think I'm not already doing that?
Holy
And
shit.
I have a right. And I've never made an AMV before. It's gonna be a time, boys.
People
and
still do AMVs. What year is this? 2006?
That's about.
Man,
I'm about
the golden
14 years
age
late to
never
the
ended.
party. I'm
The
about.
golden age never ended.
Truly.
Angsty teens are still making Rise Against AMVs to this fucking day.
Alrighty, I have my introduction Alrighty.
Dying.
Are the rest of us at least recording and everything?
Yes, we're recording now. Now we sync.
I have been recording since we started the stream.
And that's a
Lovely.
sync.
Alrighty, sync up point is here. 1, 2, 3, sync.
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 1, 2, 3, sync.
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 1, 2, 3, sync.
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 Okay, lovely. Where we last broke from the Dealbreakers, our heroes came through the crypts underneath the chapel in Peritimo, and made quick friends with the town's resident pastor and some civilians as the town's occupying force continued its search for the now traveling Neoba Sociamus. After finding out the reason for the invasion the night before their travels, the group decided to aid 5 soldiers of the town guard that had been captured and were about to be interrogated and murdered should they not provide the answers that the occupying forces wanted. In a daring instigation of a riot, the party together took down one of the fire giant shock troops of Talai's vanguard and dealt with a number of his soldiers, further weakening the occupying garrison. We pick up 3 days later, after the events, at a camp about 10 miles outside of Peritimo. So, 3 days have passed since your guys' inciting of the riot. You guys have seen neither hide nor hair as the guards patrolling around the town have gone. You've kept watches day and night. There's a level of unease to how quickly these soldiers disappeared.
I would on one of the days in between, I would like to grab let's see here, Melios's paints from the town.
Okay. I would like you to, in that case, roll me a couple of stealth checks.
Okay.
Specifically 2.
Oh, 7. 2?
Yep, 2 stealth checks.
13.
Alrighty. And let's just find my result to see how many you finally pick up. You managed to get... It's a bit hairy getting into the town. You have to wait for a few minutes, and you're almost sure that you're discovered outside of it. But as the guard passes and the watch changes, you manage to make your way through. Getting out is a little easier now that you've learned, once you had learned the path of the guardsmen and their patrol. You managed to actually collect three small jars of paint and bring them along with you.
Do I find any charcoal?
I'll say since you were looking for specifically the paints, and given your first roll, you were thinking that you were discovered, you would have likely had been pressed for time.
Very well. Here you are, Melios. I managed to snag these for you.
Oh, thank you. It means a little bit, and I guess you have my thanks. Your guys' campsite, as you notice, has grown significantly. There was actually about 40 on top of the 5 soldiers. There was actually about 40 civilians that made it out, and they have been housed in like ramshackle lean-tos that the caravan has been able to throw together with their extra tarps and everything. But this is looking less like your guys' caravan location and more like just a bit of a shanty town, as a lot of
Yeah,
these
like-
people left a lot of their belongings behind.
It's a refugee camp at this point.
Truly. As you guys are out and about in the camp, of those of you who are out and around, Ishmael, Sidari actually comes up to you as at this, what would be now the third day afterwards. We're in a bit of a situation now. The additional, I guess, guards for the camp, the men that have been willing to sign up, at least to try to keep watch, have been a welcome addition. But these people have little more than the clothes on their backs, not to mention no food. We've been running our own supplies, and if we don't hunt something, we're going to run out of food by the day's end.
All right.
I've been scavenging what little I could, foraging in this area. But most of these local resources won't support the entire group. I didn't personally want to leave the camp, but at this point, in order to hunt as much as we need for these people, I'm likely going to have to. And I don't think I alone will be able to get enough.
So
I'd
you
li-
want me to...
I'd like you and a few of yours to accompany me, if possible.
I don't think we'd have any problem with that. Besides, my mate Johan's usually pretty good at tracking things.
Good. We'll have
Or at
enough.
least I'm presuming he might be. He's a no. I don't see why he wouldn't be.
Let's actually do something here. Let's actually make a check of his stats real quick. Okay, no, that's a... This would probably be, what, a nature check, I think, for him? To see if he remembers anything about this. No, that's an intel check. Nature check. 15 plus 8. There's been
He was also... Huh?
in some of my circling around, I saw tracks of rams. And a couple of them sizable. You might be risking going closer into the town, but further into the foothills, they might. A couple of wild rams could do some good for these people. Get us some food for a couple of days.
I thought you'd be right. What you could do with those two. Alright. I'll round up the posse and see what we can do for you.
You already have these people's thanks for getting them out from under the thumb of Talai's troops. I think some full bellies will earn you more than their trust at this point. And Sidari heads off towards his tent.
Ishmael just kind of nods to himself, gets up and goes around to start rounding people up, see what everyone else is up to.
Let's see. I guess Rugar would be maybe trying to talk to Tiaria for a while, as well as
Teodia, yes.
Yeah.
Let me
as well as Neo.
for that.
So
That would be the name there.
Tiaria. Okay, that's my bad for my notes.
That's fine. Well, we fix that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
Make sure that it turns out well.
I suppose Varen would be sticking close to wherever Fuzali is.
Okay.
Retrieve.
Okay. You can go ahead and read that off, Cryptic.
Okay. I'd like one other thing I'd like Trinket to do is retrieve the weapons that she had distributed last session and cast Find Familiar.
Okay. I'll go ahead and click that spell.
Right. Spells. And
For what exact purpose are you casting Find Familiar?
She was curious after performing some studies, and finally had the opportunity to cast this.
Okay. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm a. Okay. Do you happen to have a brass brazier in your inventory?
No, looking at that, I'll probably have to cast that once we get into town and purchase materials.
Actually, on that note, actually, I do want you to try to roll an investigation check on that, since you don't have it in your inventory.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something here.
Investigation is one of my specialties. Not that special. 10 on one side, 20 on the other.
Yeah, as you ask Fuzal if she's got any brass braziers or any special magical components. You and her end up looking through for a while, but you don't really find one that find any sort of brass pans of any kind that could act as your brazier.
I would imagine if we had used like a brass pan, like the familiar would come out all cartoony.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just be Doodle Bob.
Oh god.
Mihoy Minoy.
All right. Helix, as a couple of the days have passed here, I want you to roll me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Alrighty.
I'll explain here in a second.
15.
Okay, that's fine. Fuzal begins explaining to you some of the things that went on during her time that she was imprisoned with the Circle of Vitalnot. And I'll go into more detail in a DM here after the session about what all she tells you.
Yeah.
So be looking forward to that. The rest of you, as the third day progresses, Ishmael calls you together. And I do need to pass a quick message on. I'll probably just bring him along for the ride. I'm just checking in here to make sure that he is okay as well with using the things. He's offline entirely. Beans. Anyway. If he wants to, once he joins up, I'll autopilot his character given what's going on. I want you guys to roll a not yet. Well, we can role play you guys coming together first. I'm sorry, I'm being a little too railroady.
It's fine.
No, it's fine because I think we're kind of like a bit atrophied at this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's been a
Gotta
few
get back in the
weeks.
groove.
It's been 2 weeks
It's
since you looked at
been-
me.
It's been a while.
Since I could role play this out well. Well,
All right. Well, hope you're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, cause I think we're going hunting today.
oh, any particular game we're seeking?
Sidari said that he saw some ram tracks around the area, heading off towards the foothills. Might be getting a little closer to the town, but I think we should be fine.
Ram. Very well. I've been meaning to get some more practice in with my bow. Suppose it would be good to seek them out.
Myself as well. I'm still a bit rusty from all those years ago.
Okay.
How about the rest of you? Trinket, Varen?
Hey, I'm in. Trinket pats her light crossbow. Haven't gotten to use this in a while.
What about Scrapture, though? Is he going to be okay in a wilderness situation?
Oh, he's fine.
If you say so. I'm just making sure you've got the confidence.
Varen kind of scratches under his chin and he looks over, kind of generally around at the camp. How many guards do you say are currently up?
There's actually about 7 or 8 in total, counting the caravaneers that came with you, Fuzal and the 5 that you managed to get out of the 6 that were being held by the forces of the Red Diamond.
I'm wondering if it might be better if I stay here. It shouldn't need all of us for... It's just a small hunting trip.
Well, I suppose if you're... If you wish, Varen, I will hold it against you.
I'm just a bit wary of keeping an eye out.
I understand the trepidation.
So I took an unnecessary risk, and I'm still feeling a little bit anxious over it. I don't regret what I did, but it was a risk. Grabbing those paints.
Wait, is that what you went out and did that day?
I wanted to do something nice for Emilios.
I mean, I understand the sentiment, but... Oh well, it's in the past. So, I mean, Varen, I'm obviously not going to, nor could I possibly drag you out into the woods. So, if you're set on staying here, then that's your prerogative.
Very well. Shall we embark then?
Aye, although... I think, at least I'm under the impression that Sidari wanted to tag along with us. But he also said that he was remiss to leave the camp for similar reasons to Varen. So... I'm not sure whether we should meet up with him or just head on out.
Well, if he was wanting to lead this expedition, I suppose we should. I think I'm under the impression we should grab him.
Alright, Ishmael's gonna see if he can go track down Sidari at his tent and let him know that they're ready to head out if he was planning on going on the hunting trip.
Okay. As you guys see Sidari sharpening up some arrowheads as he approached the tent that he has claimed. Have to be careful with these. Oh.
Yeah.
Hello. Ready?
The rest of us were rounded up and ready to go. I couldn't quite tell whether you were intending on going out with us or not, so I figured I would just double check.
I'm actually, come to think of it, I had not originally wanted to go, but I suppose if we find any... First question, actually, are any of you magic users? Of course. I'm sorry, I forget myself.
I would be, as is the tiefling.
Apologies. I've been focused on other things as of late. I'm sorry.
It's quite alright. Well, this is about all I can do, and Burgard just casts Mage Hand, and he just kind of floats it up, and then he just has it wave at him.
Mage Hand is a cantrip, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Why is there a concern about the the wild mage stuff around?
I've felt fluctuations the past couple of days. There is something besides your, I guess, employee and your charge. There has been another great source of magic approaching. I don't know what, but there's this. It's just a hunch of mine. I've been around this area for years. I've learned to look for ebbs and flows in the magical currents that underrun the world. At least in this area.
Understandable. Well, in that case, I may be a little more persuasive towards Varen and trying to get him to go along with us in case whatever this is decides to pay us a visit while we're out.
It's still
Okay.
I believe it's still a fair distance away, but its pull at the weave is growing stronger, as if it is approaching us. If you have any means of fast communication, or if there is something that happens to the camp, I will find you.
Very well. And like I said, at the moment, Varen, our Dragonborn companion, seems rather keen on staying with the camp to help with the guard, and I'm in no position to drag him out into the woods.
All right. So how many people are going? I believe I've got. I'm assuming for flavor's sake, we'll have Batty accompany you guys, or Johan accompany you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if
All
Batty.
right.
He'll get to use his net.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, stop struggling. You're gonna go into our bellies. I'm sorry.
Well then, Ruga, Trinket, I suppose we should go ahead and get going.
Okay. So we'll do thing. Let's go to that. Every time I'm finishing setting up this encounter, that was the last piece of information I needed from you guys. As you guys begin to make your ways out into the wilds, after Sidari shows you guys at least where he picked up on the tracks of the rams, I want you guys to roll a survival check for me, and I will roll for Johan.
I suppose I would offer to assist Johan to give him advantage on it.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
Also a 19 for Ishmael.
Alrighty. Rolling for Batty. That's a 10. Okay. So 19, 19, and 10. You guys see Johan, like, go instantly into tracker mode, like, looking down, examining these these hoof prints from the goats. And Trinket, you get the feeling there's a few trees in here, but there's also some clearings a ways out. If you fly up, you'll probably be able to get a better view.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. And Trinket proceeds to fly up.
Okay. Yeah, wait, so okay. As you do, I want you to roll a perception check for me. And Ishmael, you can roll that same check, but actually, both of you can roll it straight. I'll do an average.
12.
And
17.
let's average what? 15?
14.
14? Okay. Trinket, up high, you're able to spot in some of the clearings additional tracks and like dust kicked up in the distance. Meanwhile, Ishmael, you start to see like bits and pieces of brush that are moved out of the way like creatures pushed through. And you guys believe you have a decent track on the trail.
Not quite sure if it was rams, but something moved that way, so it's as good a lead as we've got on anything.
I see some dust trails, so Trinket flies down and says, I see some dust trails, so whoever's over there is definitely moving.
We've got no time to waste.
The game is afoot.
All right.
Hee hee.
And you guys begin to make your way out into the wilderness. given those survival checks and the perception, you guys are able to find the tracks and stay with them pretty steadily on throughout the day. It still takes probably 2 or 3 hours out through, and you're wandering probably what I'd say east by southeast. So you're probably skirting close to. You think it might be close to where the town could see, but through some of these trees and some of the over some of the ridge lines, there's plenty of places to hide from where the town could even have a chance at line of sight.
Jake, as we're traveling through, we're gonna leave the tracking to, Ishmael and Trinket, but he wants to just kind of give a perception check just to make sure he's not seeing any sign of any patrols in the area.
Okay. 1 second here, please. Yeah, you can go ahead and make a perception check.
All right. That's natural 1 for 4.
Despite studying creatures of arcane nature, you really did most of your studying in books. You're not used to being out in the field and dealing with all the plants and all the extra stuff that comes with, field research.
That sounds appropriate for him. I will accept this. Just getting flustered and whatnot. Or uses things. How much farther do you think we'll have to go, Ishmael? Trinket.
I'd say Ishmael, given your higher perception check and survival combined, you can make just a general intelligence check.
Well, if I had to figure. Natural 1.
I mean, you can't. It's been a while since you were up in Sumer and did any sort of hunting around the city, which was still illegal, so you had to worry about the town guard being on your back, at least when you were a kid. But so you're not really sure at all.
Don't know what to tell you, Rugar. These sorts of hunting parties can sometimes take the better part of a whole day, depending on whether or not your quarry decides to stop and wait and smell the fucking roses.
Actually, need to look up something here.
I suppose he'll just kind of grab some paper and his ink pen, and he'll just kind of start jotting and taking notes.
While you're doing that, Trinket, I want you to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh boy, will I follow the trend?
Nat 1. Nat 1. Nat 1.
Nat 1. 5. Close.
Nat 3.
Nat 3.
You joke, but that's actually enough. As you guys reach a bit of a clearing in your trail, Trinket, you see behind a bush a pretty large pair of horns.
Are they bigger than Scraptures?
Yes.
Big boys.
Scraptures are probably about what, 3 or 4 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, no, these are like 6 or 7, and they're curled up, like almost like ram's horns.
Friends, I think we may have found the dire ibex.
Oh, excellent. He'll start to fumble around and put his notes away and then go for his longbow.
Okay. As you guys do that, I'm gonna cut back to Varen at the camp.
Oh boy.
Varen, I want you. Fuzal's been hanging around, uh, Sidori for a little while because two of the most accomplished fighters in the camp are now basically trying to make sure that she doesn't, get captured, right? But that's basically the thought process. Let's actually roll this here. And find your stats, girly. Uh-huh. And what's the other one? Sorry, I'm doing all these rolls. Doing all these rolls live. Sometimes I like to pre-prepare these. Kind of give me a bit of a foretaste of this. Doot doodly doot 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 doodly doot. Done. Okay. Yeah, no, that definitely doesn't pass. No. You see, Fuzal actually grabs your shoulder, Varen. She points out into like one of the bushes out by the northern edge of the camp. Hey, look out there. And I want you to roll a perception check with advantage.
Perception?
Yes, sir.
That's an 11.
Okay. That's still enough. You see, Varen, a strange, small-looking ram. Like it looks almost like it's an escaped sheep, but as it kind of turns its head to eat on some grass and some underbrush. This thing, there's a bit of a glistening to it, like to its fur, if that makes any sense, like a bit of a glitter.
Huh.
If you'd like to, you can roll a knowledge, arcana or religion of your choice.
Well, they'd be both the same, so it wouldn't really matter.
That's fine.
Let's try Arcana. 13, better than I thought.
Okay. You've not seen one outside of a book. One time you were flipping through in your master's library. You've actually seen pictures of this, as there are a couple out east in like the Orcish lands that the shogunate had ended up conquering. This is a special kind of star wool ram. It's generally found around areas where wild magic is prevalent.
What was that you cut out?
It's generally found around areas where wild magic is prevalent.
Where wild magic is prevalent.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, my gain's all the way down to try to prevent people from hearing my AC unit. I'll kind of boost myself a little bit, and we'll see how that works. We'll see my levels and the balance here.
Okay. And what was the... Sorry. Not a conversation. What was the name one more time?
It was called a star wool ram.
Okay. I think I vaguely remember reading about those. Star wool rams.
At that, Sidari turns his head to begin to look towards where you guys have your heads pointed. You see him squint a little bit, Varen, as he turns his gaze to it. Not a fan of hunting these because of what happens when they die, but... Or rather, what keeps them from dying.
Care to elaborate?
These creatures are, in a way, protected, let us say. But given our status on supplies, I would not... I would pray Shaltea would give us mercy for hunting one of her creatures. And you see Sidori ready up his bow.
What name did he say? Is that a deity?
Shaltea. And you can roll a religion check. I wouldn't say either with advantage or disadvantage because you've been in the court of noble. You've been traveling towards it, so you've probably heard the name at least once or twice.
19.
Natural 19.
And a 1 on the other side. God bless you tonight. Roll 20.
Haha, especially with the religion check.
These Star Wool rams are generally considered to be either protected by or blessed by Shaltea, the goddess of nature.
Okay.
Okay. And as you do that, I actually want everybody to kind of let's see here. What checks do I want to make for this?
I guess just to reiterate on it real quick, everyone just merely comment. As long as the hunting eats the prey, I don't see the issue. If it was for sport, it would be another issue entirely.
This is true, and it is a time of need for these people.
That's it.
We'll all stay with the camp. Varen, I think you want... Would you like to?
I suppose.
No, it's not terribly far away here. Okay. Actually, just need to drag some things over here. Again, sorry, chat, about these last-minute changes that are going on.
It's fine. Circumstances may arise that you have to pivot on it. And we understand your willingness to adapt. It's like, oh boy, dealing with endangered rams. Or protected rams. Meanwhile, back at the camp, oh boy. Purgar's like, I wonder if I've ever seen these before.
And finds out that these creatures are literally protected by a god.
We'll see if we can jump through the gymnastics to get to that point.
Yeah, we shall see indeed. And I just need to make sure that... where are you, bud? Yep, you're here too. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to these. Now that you guys at least we have set up the scene.
Hmm.
You can't see it at the bottom, but Farron and Sadari are around this area. For the record, these are two separate locations, and I will mark them as such.
Ah.
As you can see, there is a gray bar in between. These are two separate areas.
Very nice. So we can actually have
Yeah.
go at the same time. Hooray!
See, even when I split the party, I try to make sure stuff goes okay.
Hey.
All right. As you guys, cutting back to Ishmael, Trinket, Johan, and Rugar, as you guys see that large pair of horns behind the bush, let's see. I want you guys to roll an additional perception check for me.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 23.
Ishmael's got a 22.
Okay, soft 22, nat 20, and what were yours? Okay. Let's see if they notice you. Do any of you attempting to hide from things? Hide from these creatures as you approach?
I don't think Rugar is. I think he's just keenly focused on it.
At this point, I think Ishmael's probably too close to be able to.
Okay. Let's go ahead and reveal this entire area then. Given your perception checks. Boom. And Varen, we'll cut back to you for just a second, just to get a perception check out of you as well, as you and Sidori head off after this Star Wool Ram.
Alrighty. That's a 4.
Okay. There's a few more trees a lot closer to camp, so this makes sense. The forest is a little more dense as you guys are around the creek. Alrighty. Trinket, Ishmael, and Rugar, you guys see, and Johan too. You guys see underneath some of these larger trees. There's a few more rocks and open ground here where these goats can graze, and you guys actually catch sight of a very large goat amongst some others. How do you guys want to go about this?
Rugar seeing this giant goat for the first time. Can he try and figure out what kind of goats these are?
Yeah, sure. Roll knowledge nature.
Oh boy, yeah, here I go. Wee-hoo. That's a 17.
Okay. For what? Generally, these goats are wild and native to this part of the foothills of the Verge, and there has been an occasional tale of a larger than life goat that was brought into like a farmer's herd by accident. That most times when these try to become domesticated, or farmers try to domesticate them, they oftentimes run out of supplies trying to feed them and their regular herds.
see.
These ones at least seem to be wild, for the most part.
Would I happen to know I'm sorry if I sound like this is too much information, but is there like a specific name for this breed?
Actually, I have not come up with any lore about that, so I'll just up and say that you can come up with one, if you would like.
Yes, I've heard about these. These are the stonehorn, the stout stonehorns. Farmers would attempt to domesticate these very hardy beasts, but they had proved to be too unruly for their farmers to take care of them, so they were subsequently set loose back into the wild. And they're very, very strong creatures. Very rugged. Just the amount of meat that bones. That's rather fascinating. He almost attempts to put the bow down to start taking notes on it, but then he realizes at the last second, wait. Right, business. Then he'll attempt to take, especially at the bigger goat, he'll draw his bow and he'll wait for an opening and he'll attempt to shoot it.
Hold for one moment. I'm going to try and circle around so that I can get another angle on it.
Because Ishmael wanted to see if he could inch down to the south,
Okay.
down past this tree to see if he could basically get line of sight down this way.
All right. If you're going to do that, I'd like you to make a stealth check.
So I'll just do 15 feet there, and then stealth 12.
And for you, you're a +1. Oh. As you get up closer to the tree, you hear under your foot crack a decent sized stick. It echoes through, and the giant goat has its head on a swivel. It seems to have noticed the sound, not necessarily where you were coming from.
Alright. The last 15 feet. So that's 10. 15 would be right here.
Okay. As you approach there, you actually see some movement. You notice that around that small ram with sparkling wool, you think you see a rush of leaves cross in front of it from this tree. I would like everyone to roll. I would like everyone in the northern group to roll initiative, and we'll hold on it. And we'll hold once we've rolled that.
Okay, clicking token and initiato.
Initiative.
20.
21.
10.
Meanwhile, Johan.
I will click on his. I will roll for him. Doot. There's the good boy. Find his character sheet real quick. Have it up in the background.
Can we
At
just
least
say
until-
for flavor that Johan was maybe also trying to sneak up with that, trying to
Yeah. Well, we'll
lure
say
down one of the ramps?
We'll say he was sticking close to Ishmael. We'll have his rolls mimic yours for now. Get his character sheet up, open. Come on, you darn thing. And roll his initiative. Oh, buddy. Buddy.
That's par for the course for Johan.
Yep.
Actually, I needed to have that turn order open. Oh, no. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Clear off the old one. You know what? Well, I'm calling those last ones to be moot because I didn't have it open and I don't want to add it.
Okay, so
Those were in there.
Yeah, they were in there.
They
Those
were?
were correct.
Yeah,
they were
okay.
correct, but crossed that bridge already. Crossed it, burned
Sorry.
it, watched it go down.
Sorry.
So reroll.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Token then
15.
16.
$12 for Johan.
Then for Trinket.
Yeah.
16.
We both have the same modifier as well, so
You're a monk. You're faster.
Yeah, I'd
I mean,
say.
we both have the same modifier as well, so
You're a monk. You're faster.
I definitely, you know, we'll give that to class, given that you're more leaning towards martial than caster.
okay.
Okay.
Now, why did you roll again, Cryptic?
Oh, I think I double tapped it.
It's fine. We'll go with the 16.
Well, no. Brugar he'll default to letting her go first. That's
Okay.
fine.
And so I need to add a thing.
A scrapture.
No, Scrapture
Scrapture
goes
goes
on
on
Trinket's turn.
Initiative.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. What?
Yep.
We're not home. Oh no.
So we'll take that. We're
Meanwhile, back
meanwhile
down
with
at the
Baron
other
and
camp.
Sidori, as we cut away here for a moment. God, I love Mythic Odysseys of Theros. Okay, we'll say you see into the tree line here. Not quite across the river yet. The forest line across the river is kind of pretty thick as you guys go up. You guys managed to track this ram to probably maybe 200 or 300 yards away on the northern end of the camp. It probably takes you what, 30 minutes as you follow this thing slowly. I do want you guys to roll a stealth check for me, please. I saw that almost nat 20.
Well, that was the other side. It would have been.
I know.
Anyway.
I know, but still,
Almost a nat 20, almost a nat 1.
this is truth. Were it ever spoken.
Yavin.
No, that's fine. You guys continue unabated. Sidori, actually, I need to roll for the boy, the big boy. He is
Beak.
Clop, clop, clop.
He is clop, 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 clop. No, he is not good with the stealth.
He is
Clop,
the
clop, clop, clop.
clippity-cloppity. Clop, 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 clop.
You see him step on a limb, and like Ishmael, as you're stepping down on this limb, you're like, I get the feeling this is happening somewhere else too. Just imagine the anime scene. They're both stepping on the limb at the same time.
Split screen.
Yep. Mirrored so that they're pointing it towards each other.
Yep.
Crack, crack.
And I need to roll for these lads here. Doodly doot. And back up to the top. I'm navigating through Roll20, ladies and gentlemen. I almost need a third screen for it. That's not Johan's, by the way.
Blessed Ram.
Yep.
Johan the Blessed Ram.
Johan rolled for the
Yep.
Blessed Ram.
Johan's a sheep.
We've
I mean,
been lied to.
I mean, he is following Ishmael right now, so...
Johan the dedicated wham.
Beans. Yeah, so no, that's gonna put him higher. Lovely.
And you take me higher.
Yeah. Can you take me higher?
And... Yep, no, it's already on there. Beans. So delete you from that, and sort by descending, I think it was?
Yep.
Yeah, alright. So we'll go ahead and layer something in onto this. Where is it at? Come on, you darn thing. Where are you at? Actually need to turn it up in my mixer here. That way I can hear it a little better. Open volume mixer. Yeet. Bring that over here for a minute. Okay. Alright. As you guys... The instant that Johan tries to follow up, and you see that flitter of leaves, Ishmael, you see that Star Wool Ram begin to run. We'll try to get our best view in here. Come on, you dirt things. Let's go. I need that window, darn it. Got you there, cool. I need a third screen for this, guys. I swear.
Yeah.
Like literally just to hook up on Monday nights for this.
So, Varen, how's it feel knowing that you may not have necessarily the same encounter with us as we do at this point?
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I realize I'm like, well, good thing he doesn't have to take as much damage or whatever these things are. I hope. Right, mighty voice of this guy?
Oh.
Oh no, I felt that laugh. I know that laugh. I don't like that laugh because
What?
You
Need a
know
roll?
what they say when it comes to various means of stealing this? When the DM smiles or laughs, you know it's too late.
It is.
Do I need to roll initiative as well?
Yes, it would probably be best.
Okay.
Hey!
20!
Oh.
Yo! I like that. I'm all about that. Let me bring that up on my...
Goatest of all time.
Ah, crap! I didn't click my token.
God dang it. I'll
Oh,
add
that's
it.
fine.
I'll add it manually.
Yeah, Jake has the power to maintain the power.
The power of Orichalcomolos.
God damn it.
The power of Orichalcomolos.
Tower of power too sweet to be sour. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just getting my demotivational mug.
God damn it. All right. So, as we all begin here, Varen,
Yes.
as you see this ram jerk its head up as it approaches this footbridge and look back towards Sidori, who's like trying to crunch down as best he can, trying to make himself look small. It's not really working for, half horse, half man. He's kind of a big boy.
Yeah.
Just imagine him trying to crouch down and limbo his back.
God.
No, try more he's more leaning forward into it, but close. When the map isn't big enough for everybody. Alrighty. What would you like to do? What was... Oh, I didn't have you roll a perception check, but that's fine. Go ahead and roll perception. I forgot to do that before I had you roll initiative. That's right. I did have to roll for Sidori. Bless you, Milla.
You're welcome.
Oh!
Heaven and hell.
Heaven or hell. Hell. Let's rock.
Hell.
Alright. Bring you out of the thing.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Buddy. That ain't it, Chief. Why do I have that? Oh, it's because I have that token selected. God dang it. I'll assign that. And you had a what? 8? Cool. So that puts him at the tail end of initiative anyway.
Well.
I just love how both tracks are still playing at the same time. You get those guitar licks going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose it's decided then. And, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'll say that reveals open a little more of the map. You see a couple more goats as you head up to the clearing where the footbridge sits.
I don't know if I want to just like straight swing in this thing or not. You know what? I will attempt to grapple it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
God damn it.
Let me roll severity real quick. see if there's anything else that happens.
A natural 1.
The ram rams you in the nuts.
No. Nope, nothing of great importance happens. As you try to go for this thing's legs, it kicks away and it moves away from you.
Can't think of anything else. I don't think so. Nothing I've used anyway.
Alrighty.
Nope. That's my turn.
Alright. That being your turn, it is now both of the Rams' turns. Ishmael, you see this ram begin to start to book it away here. And I'm going to have to actually pop out that window because I'm tired of scrolling through stuff. Yes, there we go. That's speed is what again? 40? Yeah, 40 feet. There's 10. There's 20. 30 and 40 up the ridge. Cool. It starts to take off. And Varen, you see the same thing. 10, 20, 30. And that'll make 40. And that'll be the turn of both of those both of the Rams. Trinket, you're up next.
Okay. Obviously, Trinket sees the big game over here.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there, Cryptic.
I'm just counting.
Okay. Trying my best to fit it in the screen for the stream.
And she is going to go ahead and yeet a light crossbow at that big boy there.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit for me.
10.
Let me find that stuff here. Again, that's going to just miss. You're aiming for the head, but the bolt lodges itself in one of the horns of this giant goat. As for Scrapture, are you gonna have him do anything?
I'm gonna have him dash over here.
All right. Go ahead and move him. If you can, you move him? Is my next question? No.
I cannot.
So let's make sure you can. Lovely. You should be able to move him now.
He vanished! Oh no!
Boop.
There he is.
Can you control him? Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and that ends Scrapture's turn.
All right. Rugar, you're up next.
Rugar, getting a bead on this goat. He's going to bonus action to use his Kensei shot to do an additional D4 damage if that should hit. And he's going to let an arrow loose and hit that giant goat.
Okay. Roll to hit for me.
That's a 25.
That's gonna hit.
That's a big hit.
So that'll be a total of 9 piercing damage on him.
Okay.
Minimum on the base, maximum on the flavor.
Yeah, holy cow.
As you do that, I want you to actually no, you wouldn't have to do that next. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll continue. Anything else you'd like to do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll move 30 feet up towards this part of the tree, and then that'll be it for his turn.
Okay.
Actually, no, he'll move 40 feet into there.
All right. Ishmael, you're up next.
Ishmael is going to call out.
Alright, that goat was glowing and I have no idea why, but I don't think we need to worry about that one. Something's going on here. Maybe we need to wait a second.
And he's going to kind of like have an arrow in the bow, but he's not going to fire it. I'm going to ready an action to fire the bow if there's going to be 2 possible triggers. Either if the small goat here tries to run from me, because the small goat there looks normal, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, if the small regular goat tries to like move away from me, I'll fire at it to make sure we're not leaving empty-handed. Or if something appears and starts moving hostile towards me, I'll fire at that.
Okay.
So that's going to be a held action, which is going to be my whole turn.
Let's pull up Johan's. Is it his turn next? Boop. Boop. Yes. Come on. There we go. All right. As you pass yours, comes up to Johan. We're going to have him move up, try to think about the goat. He's remaining. He's silent pro-tagging this episode, guys. And he's going to do this. He's going to try to throw the net. Ooh, okay. Okay. He's going to try to capture the goat. And that is going to... Let me actually grab my notes and turn on the lights and everything here in my room. That way I can actually read long... Actually, no, I can just use my compendium. Never mind. Come on, Jacob. Remember your roll 20.
Trust your instincts.
Jacob, we are not cavemen. We have technology.
That's not that. Net.
Now we must acquire a taste for freeform jazz.
Yes.
Cut it to Johan just to be like, oh, jazz hands.
Yeah.
Jazz hands, everybody.
Oh yes, my net finally hit something!
Finally!
I'm sorry, Johan. Buddy, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I mean, he is all of our favorites.
He really is. He's a good boy. He tries. Tries his hardest.
Johan's the best boy. He's the mascot.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's the leader.
He's the leader.
He is the leader. He is the leader. Okay. And so this goat is now restrained. Yes, net. All right.
Net.
DC 10. Okay. Nothing but net. Ah, it's clever. It's clever. I know that.
Ding.
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 Alrighty, that one's restrained. And that's going to pass to the thing.
Okay, please don't struggle now.
Slowly raises mace.
You joke, but that's entirely in character for him.
I promise this will only hurt for just a second.
Okay. Ishmael, go scrolling back to those. Rugar, now that you're a lot closer, and Ishmael, now that you do the same, I'm going to go ahead and say that you guys can both see these. As you see Scrapture dash forward towards the Star Wool Ram, you guys see these, both Rugar and Ishmael, you guys see these two ethereal forms move towards Scrapture. Okay, yeah, that's Ishmael, you swear you see this thing just up and teleport 30 feet. And they are both behind Scrapture. Let's see. Yep, you're the one I'm looking for here. Quick question. Is Scrapture immune to any... Is there any damage immunities for Scrapture?
Let me see here. He is immune. Only poison.
Only poison. Okay, thank you. Actually, no. I'll make that. I'll make that public. You see these two spirits, Ishmael and Rugar, materialize daggers seemingly out of their hands. And they're gonna swing. They're swinging at Scrapture.
Both hit.
Okay. For the first. Oh no! 7 points of piercing, 6 points of psychic.
Oh!
Total 13 points of damage from the first. 6 points of piercing and 3 points of psychic from the second.
Well, Scrapture has 4 points of health left.
What? Holy crap!
Lovely. And that is their turn. The goats are now starting to run away. I'm going to have his... You see this giant goat get up the ridge, like, just in a step. There's 10, 20, 30? Yeah, there you go. And the one that's netted is restrained. And this other one is just booking it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Away from you. Varen, the goats that are on the northern side of the creek don't seem to have noticed you. They still have their eyes up and about, looking probably out in the direction where Sidari's at. And that's going to be their turn. Sidari, the goodest boy that he is going to 10. Let me actually check his speed again. Yep, that's speed. That is speed. Yes. 10. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so he's going to position himself. It'd help if I had shown where he moved. You guys see Sidori come up behind you at almost a full gallop now. And seeing the two goats, he is actually going to do the following. He's going to use multi-attack for 2 with his short bow. Oh, buddy, let's see. Yeah, he was hitting this one. This was his first mark. It is down. Because I know he's going to do a shit ton of damage. Yeah, no, it's dead. One of the goats behind the ram falls. And he is going to roll a second. Attack with his short bow. 16, that is greater than their armor class of, what was it again? 11? Yes. And again, 7 points of piercing damage. Lovely. The other goat quickly falls. We're lucky we caught those goats. Now for the prize. And Sidori's going to nod to you, Varen.
Yep.
It's your turn.
5, 10, 20, 30. We're at the bridge.
As you approach, I want you to roll a perception check again for me.
More flittering thingies. Sorry.
Please don't metagame, Cryptic.
Sorry.
That's an 11.
No, that's a 10. You see manifest next to this Star Wool Ram an ethereal, almost ghostly creature that looks about your height. If you'd like, as a free action, I will let you roll a knowledge, arcana, or religion of your choice. Actually, yeah, no. That's a nat 1. Nah, you spooky things. What the fuck's going on?
I kind of yell over my shoulder to Story. There's something else here.
Let's see. Okay. And it's now the Ram's turn. If you have nothing else you would like to do, Varen. I'm not trying.
I mean, I'll chuck an axe at this thing.
At the ram or the idol? At the ram or the spirit?
Actually, you know what? Probably wouldn't do anything.
You don't know that.
Fair enough. I'll chuck an axe at the ghosty boy.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack. That's a 12. Alrighty, let me check stats real quick. That is not going to be enough to hit, unfortunately.
All I got.
All right.
20.
Yeah, not a lot of nat 20s on the other side today.
Oh,
All
so
right.
I have 2 hand axes. Okay.
Okay. You have 2 hand axes. Good. the Blessed Ram, seeing that something's following it up in the first one starting up in the north with you guys across from it, is going to turn towards Scrapture and look at its horns. I want you to Trinket. I want you to roll an intimidation check for Scrapture for me, real quick, please.
Intimidation.
Yes, please.
7.
Okay. Oh no.
Crit happens.
No, not crit, but enough to where it's not intimidated by something with horns larger than its. And for a ram, that means one thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. This ram is going to move towards Scrapture and attack. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cryptic.
You listen here, you little shit. There's only one thing that counts. I have bigger hearts than you. You will submit!
Submit!
You will
Alrighty.
That's a sound clip I know I'm gonna download.
Okay, now I roll to myself. We'll just do public rolls for this attack. Does a 13 hit?
It misses.
Oh, God bless it. You see this ram start charging. It doesn't have enough room to get a full charge in, but it still rears back and tries to headbutt Scrapture. Scrapture's own horns catching it off guard. You hear a crack from the sound of the horns hitting the metal and a resonating gonging noise that echoes throughout the canyon.
I mean, random thought, but wait, quick question: is this battlefield completely separate?
I would
Or
say this is definitely out of earshot of.
Okay.
Definitely out of earshot of the area around the camp.
Okay.
I just had a thought though.
Yeah.
How polished is Rapture for a Trinket? I was gonna say, is he intimidated by the horse, or does he see his own reflection in Scrapture? It's like that farmer's insurance where you just see the ram just charging the car and it just
Yep.
Oh God! There's a goat on this goat.
Oh man, this is the
Is that goat good than me? I'm
Oh, fucking kill me!
Is that ram's horns bigger than me? I'll kill it. All right, Trinket, you're up next.
Okay. Trinket is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And she will lob another light crossbow bolt at the thingy.
At the giant goat?
Yes.
Okay.
Natural 20!
Oh, double!
Double nat 20!
Nothing. Bless up for the double nat 20, baby. Oh,
is that the first time we've seen this in this game?
I think
This
so. This is the first. This is the first double nat 20, and it's against. And you're hunting goats. Lovely.
Jake, may I?
Yes. it was cutting out because of your
It's
fan.
cutting out, dude. Yeah.
It's God's my witness. That man is broken in half.
Oh, roll
That
roll
ram's
damage.
broken in half.
Roll that damage. 9 plus 1.
10 piercing.
Oh,
Aw.
that's just enough to down it. That's great.
Oh!
Oh!
Awesome. You have now slain a giant ram.
And Trinket is going to tell Scrapture to disengage and just try to make him look as submissive as possible. Just nope, and move 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Okay.
Back to Trinket.
Okay, so using the disengage action?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Does that end yours and Scrapture's turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Rugar, seeing how badly Scrapture was damaged, he'll step in front of him, he'll draw his longbow. As a bonus action, he'll do a Kensei shot on this first spirit wispy thing, and he'll shoot him with his crossbow, or with his longbow.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Alright. 5 piercing plus... wow. Low rolls again, so 8 piercing on that one.
And that is halved down to 4. Actually, no. Does the Kensei shot count as magical damage?
It does not. It counts as normal
Okay,
damage.
so that is halved down to that for me. Lovely. Thank you. As I just mark this down here.
Great. Arrows don't seem to be effective against them.
You see your arrow go through the Eidolon's shoulder, and it partially reconstructs as the arrow hits the ground in the ridgeline after beyond it.
Great. Well, that'll be his turn.
Okay. One moment here. Let's go. Ishmael, you're up.
Let's go, Ishmael. Let's go.
Forgive me for what I'm about to do.
As Ishmael is going to start running forward, bow drawn, 15, 20, 25, 30. So are these embankments particularly steep, or is it something that
Probably
he'd be
you
able
could
to slide
probably
down?
it's okay. So I'm going to draw an arrow here that's indicative of the direction of the slopes in here.
I guess that's another good question, whether, from my point of view, that's up or down. Because I'm thinking about just going straight towards them like this.
That direction is uphill to the southwest.
All right, so either way, basically what I'm getting at is just like, is it like difficult terrain, or would my full 30 still be able to get me to
Your full
that
30
point?
should be enough to get you there. That's
All
probably
right.
like maybe a 2-foot hop at the end to get up the ridge.
Okay, so it's not that bad. And seeing Rugar's arrow being aimed at this odd spirit through gritted teeth, Ishmael is going to he can't do it. He's gonna prepare another action, and he's gonna try and shout at them.
We're just out here for food. We don't want your weird sparkly one. Just let us go. And everything will be fine.
And he's gonna ready his shot so that if one of these two spirits moves on them with their knives again, he's going to fire at it. But he can't bring himself to shoot at these things right now.
What language do you speak that in?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Elven. I'm gonna go with Elvish.
Let me actually see here. I want you to roll a persuasion check for me.
Come on, Super Bard.
Persuasion 23.
Super Bard.
You see it. You see one of these spirits turn a visage with a pair of ghostly, pale blue eyes, with pale blue light emanating from their eyes, and it speaks to you. For our crimes, we were told to protect this. If you seek it, then you will die.
Ishmael grits his teeth as soon as I've already got the action held, so
Okay.
as soon as it makes a move, it's taking a hit.
Now, where did I move that turn order? Beans. Come on, where are you at? Turn order. Where are you? Oh, right here over my text bar. That's why I didn't see it. Lovely. All right, Johan's up next. He's seeing the spooky stuff a little bit, and he's like, I don't really want any part of this. I'm just going to do this. And he's going to non-lethal damage swing at the ram. The ram that is
Restrained.
yes.
With advantage.
Yes. With advantage.
I'm terribly sorry about this.
That's an 8. That's not enough to hit. He hits down the ends of one of his on the end of one of his nets.
He's crying.
God bless
as
advantage.
he's-
Yeah.
He's crying as he's swinging the mace. And he just misses completely.
All right. And that is going to be his turn. Ishmael, the Eidolon that spoke to you turns its gaze towards Scrapture. And it speaks out across this small valley that you guys can hear. The Metal One sought the Star Wool. Give him to us, and you shall be allowed to live. That's a free
Fuck
action.
you!
So we have Trinket's response. Johan's just over here like, He just intensifies from him.
Rugar's just gonna grit his teeth and say, "It's with us. But if he come at us, I will be forced to defend myself.
Does Ishmael get a chance to respond?
Yes.
The metal one didn't understand. He rushed ahead before I had a chance to warn him. Just let him go. I'll make sure that he's properly punished whenever we get back to our camp. We don't want to harm your star wool. Like I said, we have people to feed. They're desperate. We only want the regular goats.
Roll another persuasion check for me. Combined DC for these two checks was 35.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Wait.
You pass.
Oh.
You see this ram. You see these two eidolons fade away as they dissipate.
Oh.
Just do the Goku.
Nah. It's a little more important than that. Varen, meanwhile. You hucked a hand axe at this thing.
Well,
It's going to move towards you.
alright.
And swing at you here.
Oh!
Johan didn't make the attack, obviously. But we'll roll damage for the sake.
Hey guys! Crit happens.
I'm sorry. I am so
Alright.
sorry.
That's 19 points of damage.
That is 19 points of
Okay,
damage.
so for the physical part of this attack, I'm going to do this.
Okay, so the 8 plus 2 is going to be halved to 5.
Well, I gotta roll.
5. Oh, that's right. 1d4. I'm sorry. I thought I made that
Plus-
just a straight halve.
Nope.
1d4 plus your
1d4.
con.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 4.
2 plus your con mod of 2, which is indeed 4. That 10 is reduced to 6 points of piercing damage, and you still take the 9 points of psychic damage. Baron, as this dagger is thrust into you, you grit yourself and brace. You're ready for the stab wound, but what you're not ready for is the mental recreation of every single one of those trials being thrown at your mind in a flash of an instant, the second that dagger makes contact with your scales.
Okay, so the total on that was 13?
15.
After reduction, yeah, it's 15.
Yeah, 15 points of damage.
So, okay. Okay.
All right, and that's going to end the Eidolon's turn. Sidori is up next. And now that it's attacked you, he's gonna... You hear him shout out as soon as it moves toward you. Farron! And he is going to knock an arrow and attack with his short bow. 24.
Nice.
8 points of piercing, halved down to 4. Okay. and he is going. You see him. The second the first one hits, he is already knocking a second. I did not mean to click that again. Ignoring that 10. Go back to his character sheet and roll to hit again. That 9 will not hit. The Eidolon ducks past the second arrow as it strikes the tree. As it strikes the tree behind it. And that's its turn. Varen, you're up next.
After taking that hit,
Mm-hmm.
bit of a vein pops out of Varen's neck, and faint. Aura appears around him, and I'm going to use Fighting Spirit.
Okay. Using your bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on attack rolls until the end of your current turn. When you do, you also gain 5 temporary hit points. Varen, your Ryatsu, your spiritual energy starts to emanate around you. You see it mimics, in a certain way, this spirit in front of you.
And I'll take my Found a great sword and take a swing at him.
That weapon is silvered, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
12.
Sadly, that 12 will not hit.
Nope, I'm frustrated. I'm action surging.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Action surge it is. I'm assuming to attack again?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's still at advantage.
Yep. Still at advantage.
I'm killing something today.
Basically, yes.
Fuck.
13's not gonna hit. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh. He used his nat 20 on on his initiative roll.
A nat 20 would be real good for him right now. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it would have been. Well, that's all I can do. Oh, I got him.
Alrighty, that's its turn. The Rams are up next. Having seen Scrapture retreat, this Starwool Ram is going to hold itself higher, hold itself a little higher, and just start to trot away.
I was about to say, so what happens if it engages us?
It isn't, so you don't have to worry about that. Varen, you see the Starwool Ram continue to head off towards the trees.
Yep.
There's 20, 35, 40. Okay. Trinket, you're up next. There's one goat left up on your guys' part of the map. It's way down in the corner here.
Alright, that's in range for what I might try to do. I want to take out my longsword, and I will cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
That misses.
What does Chill Touch do for the chat?
For the chat, Chill Touch. You create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with a Chill of the Grave. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage and it can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. If you hit an undead target, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty, that 9 did not hit, given the AC of 11. Is there anything else you would like to do with Scrapture?
I will have Scrapture. I will use my bonus action to command Scrapture to mend.
Okay. Go ahead and
Or repair.
click on that action. One of his 3 charges per day. The magical mechanisms inside the defender restore 2d8 plus 2 hit points to itself or one construct within 5 feet. You can go ahead and roll that 2d8 plus 2.
12.
Okay, 12 points of damage is you see the pair of stab wounds from the 2 eidolons had emanated a sort of ghostly pale blue energy as they had stuck in Scrapture. You see those close up, but the ethereal nature of the stab is still there. And that's your turn. Rugar, you're up.
Well, thankfully glad that those things have disappeared. Still has his eyes on the one goat. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40. Bonus action. Gets a shot. And he's going to shoot at that last normal goat.
Okay, roll to hit.
15.
That hits. Roll your damage.
4. Wow. 13
16.
points off. That is the exact opposite. Maximum
That
damage.
is big boy damage.
Yeah, 13 points of piercing damage.
You down it. In a single arrow, it runs right through its neck, and as it's running past, it drops down dead.
And that'll be his turn.
Cool. And I believe that is initiative for the top. I'm going to clear your guys' off of here. Given that the last one is restrained. Okay. That brings us back down to Varen and Sidari. You see the Eidolon turn for a moment, Varen, looking after the ram. And let me see if it'll do this, because it notices that you're roughed up pretty bad here. Okay. That's 30 right there. Oh, he's not going to be able to do that without taking... Okay, that's still... Seeing the arrow strike from Sidari hitting home. Snap to center. I want to see just what this is. Oh no, that's 25. Never mind. So it has... So that must be 30 there. Yeah, no. Varen, in an instant, as you're trying to make your second greatsword swing, and you see it vanish entirely and reappear back by Sidari. And it is going to take stabby stabs at Sidari. Flitter step.
Dodge!
Basically, yes. Pull up Sidari's sheet here. No, that ain't gonna do shit. You see this. You see the spirit try to stab at Sidori, but Sidori, with his short bow in hand, deflects the ethereal dagger. And that is going to be its turn. Sidari is up next. Seeing his foe right up next to it, you see him, Varen, take out a pair of Kofesh swords. Probably about 2/3 of the length of your own greatsword. And he's wielding them with no trouble at all. You see him rear back, striking first with his hooves. 15, that is going to hit. 9 halved down to 4. And he's going to bring down his sword following it. Sweet nat 20s. Sweet nat 20s. 12 plus 3, 15 slashing damage, halved down to 7. Nice. Okay. And that brings us back to you. The Eidolon is engaged with... is completely engaged with Sidori.
Wasting any time, I'll move up.
Alright.
Would I be able to sidestep him here to get behind him, or no?
I'd say you could, given his ethereal nature and his focus on Sidori at this point. I wouldn't count a move towards the side. You're more slipping by the palisade than you are slipping by him. Because if in this, he would be like right up against here in this space rather than back here. If that makes sense.
All right, should be flanking now, so I'll go ahead and
Correct.
take a swipe at advantage here. Fine. 22.
Yep. Roll to hit. Not roll to hit. Roll the damage. I'm sorry.
I was like, what? 9 slashing.
As your sword cuts through the aether of this Eidolon, you notice that it's not recovering like it would normally. Like it would through the arrow shots, and that it has through each of the strikes of Sidori. As it takes the full 9 points of slashing. All right.
Yeah, yay, silver plating.
Yep.
Worth the investment.
Does that do it for your turn?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna burn my second wind as a bonus action.
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
And then, so 1d10 plus my fighter level.
Which is 4, yes. Especially after last session. You guys fucking killed it.
1d10. Ew. So that's 7. Alright, well.
Better than nothing,
Some
right?
of that. That's some of that health back.
Okay.
Alright, that's my turn.
All right. You see in the distance as you cut through the back of this Eidolon, you actually see the Starwool ram head off into the distance.
Okay.
out of combat. And the Eidolon, like that, turns its attention on you, Varen. And it is going to attack. Actually, with incorporeal movements, it's actually moving around to the back of you, under this tree. First. Okay, it is going to take a little stab at you. A little stab.
Would Sidari get an attack of opportunity against it?
I think it's
Actually-
essentially missed. Oh,
No, incorporeal movement does not say anything about denying attacks of opportunity. It would have had to have taken the disengage action. That's going to actually trigger his reaction. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
It's a thing that happens when I play NPC, hostile and friendly NPCs. I forget things. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I was reading through the incorporeal, because I wasn't sure myself, so I wanted to double check.
The 11 is not going to change it. Though, that's not going to do a thing.
would
Unfortunately.
it have taken an attack of opportunity when it moved away from Varen, or was that a?
That was
He's still at-
range?
That was,
He's still in my combat space, so
he's still in a combat space now, and the thing that he used, the ability that he used before, is called the Flitter Step. It's a 6-turn reach.
Okay,
It's a 6-turn recharge,
so it was a Misty Step thingy.
basically. Yes.
Yeah. Literally flash step nothing personnel Sidari.
Yep. Because he decided to attack this thing at range. Alrighty. So it is taking the stab at you. Does an 11 hit?
no.
All right. That's going to be its turn. Sidari is up next. Seeing that this creature has moved away from him. Actually, because of that, it's technically there. I'm just gonna roll something here. Okay. That's fair. Varen, as it's turned up behind you and has tried to make its attack, it's forced itself fully into the space of this smaller tree, and it winces as it withdraws its arm from a part of the limb as it tries to stab through you and fails.
Yep.
And now Sidori is up. He's gonna take a punch. He's gonna take a pair of shots. Shots. Nothing doing. Both shots go wide. And he is going to try to reposition there. And that's going to be his turn. Varen, you're up.
I'll burn another fighting spirit.
Okay.
I get another 5 hit points and gain advantage. God damn it! Sorry.
Rip headphone users.
Yep.
I was entering
God.
numbers and I hit my keyboard.
Bring out the kendo stick.
I'm sorry.
Oh God, it's okay.
Bring out the kendo stick,
Accidents
indeed.
happen.
It's fine. Yeah, I know. It's one of the reasons I keep my hand away from
Alright.
my number pad. Alrighty.
Let me turn this off. There we go. I think that'll shut it off. Maybe. Let me test it quick.
For the love of God, stay away from the different dots.
Yep.
Never
Hey,
mind.
I was
it's
trying to
still-
tell you
Your,
something.
your best bet, Helix, is to actually turn the meme soundboard settings all the way down.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also stay away from the dipping dots.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, stay away from the Dippin' Dots, whatever those may be in this setting.
All right. So, with advantage now, I'll take another swing at him. 18.
18. That's gonna hit.
All of the dice.
9 points of slashing damage.
Yes.
Lovely. You cut through some of the limbs and into this eidolon again, down the length of it. You see as you cut through, one of its arms dissipates.
That's my turn.
Okay. Back up to the eidolons. It's going to...
Check out chat.
Yep, I saw it. You might say that this eidolon's a little bit, you know, based on where it's at and what's happened, it might be out on a limb.
Ha 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 ha.
God damn it.
And pun counter.
Varen's just kind of standing there like, I didn't even aim for the arm.
Just instinctive reaction, you think. Your conscience whispers back. Always remember. And this eidolon is actually going to move away. Try to move out of that space. And he is going to take another swing at... Take another swing at you, Varen.
God,
Whew, soft
that
20.
scared me.
Soft 20.
I saw it roll on the fucking 20 again. I'm like, God, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And the damage? Still, that's 11 points total of damage. 8 piercing, 3 psychic.
You actually see as he, stabs with a dagger, the faint aura kind of pretty much blocks most of it, only allowing the psychic to hit me a little.
Nice. Nice. And that's
Well, there goes my 10. There goes my 10 temporary hit points.
The memory of your trials sting at you for just a half a second as it penetrates your Ryatsu. And it's back up to Sidori's turn. Let's see. What is the trigger for that ability? Oh no, that's not. Actually, that might be. Let me measure that. No. That's 2/3 of it. Not enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you confined quarters combat for a large creature. He's going to move up. Yeah. Here. And he is going to take a swing with both of his Kofesh short swords. That's not the page I wanted. God damn it. So many tabs. So many windows. My God. Pair of them because of his multi-attack. 16. 12 halved down to 6. Okay, I didn't even need to roll the second one. You see as he's coming by, he has both of his short swords ready. As he starts with his first swing, he cuts right through the core of the Eidolon. And in that flash, it dissipates. And initiative is ended. Are you alright?
I'm fine. What were these things?
If I'm correct, that would be one of the spirits of people who have tried to hunt these things in the past. It's seen as a bit of a trial of Sholtair's. The determination of worthiness, but we lost the actual ram itself in the... Damn.
What?
But we do have those, and he cocks his head towards the two goats across the river.
Right. Let's collect those and probably head back.
I want you, Varen, I want you to roll a survival check with advantage.
Okay. Survival. And 9.
Roll an intelligence check for me. Just
8.
Oh.
that passes.
Only 0 modifiers. God damn it.
And with that,
No.
I'll say Sidori actually stops you before you start to cut in to try to dress these animals. He's like, that actually might be a better idea for the camp. Just come on. Because
Fair enough.
at this point, he can't. You notice that he's on the other side, and he can't cross the. He can't cross the creek by way of the bridge. He's a little too big for it.
Alright, so Baron will go over and pick up the 2 carcasses and
All right.
make his way back over.
Alrighty. Cutting back to the group of the four of you. That is, Johan, Trinket, Rugar, and Ishmael, yes.
I certainly wasn't expecting that. What were those things?
I
don't-
don't know, but fuck them in particular.
Probably some
Ish-
spirits of the wood.
Ishmael and Rugar, I want you guys to roll knowledge arcana checks.
Oh boy, something I'm proficient with. Here I go.
Actually, arcana or religion, depending
Well-
on your choice.
As is tradition, a natural one from Rugar.
Buddy, you need to...
Crit?
Happens. Crit happens. Yes. You have a choice of...
Nat 20 religion.
This,
Crit?
act-
Of course.
this actually makes sense. Because of your upbringing, even still in the north. Sholtea is pretty well revered. If there's generally any of these, like, any creatures that are blessed by her are seen as a bit of a trial in order to hunt them, and usually have protector spirits like this. These are the spirits oftentimes of the people who have tried to hunt them in the past but have fallen victim to the previous protectors.
My mother told me old stories before of wildlife blessed by Shantae. Shantea. Don't
I'll- Let me actually pull up my notes here because I know it's in there. Drive
Anyway,
for spelling for your own sake later.
they're a major prize for whoever can take them, but first you have to pass a trial of getting past the spirits that she leaves to protect them. And I didn't feel like seeing one of you or die to them today.
That's, well, I'm glad that we were, good on you for your diplomacy, Ishmael. I can always count on you in a trying time. Quite an adroit job you did there, I must admit, and He just kind of wanders his way over to the giant ram. Actually, the smaller ram that's in front of him.
Okay.
Trinket, do you not suppose this Scrapture could deal with the big one, can he?
Just a sec. I will cast mending on Scrapture.
Okay.
Right. Well, he'll pick up the smaller ram and kind of make his way over towards Johan. I wonder if Farron's having any better luck now having to deal with this.
Flashback to 3 seconds ago. Flashback to 4 or 5 seconds ago.
Yep.
The other group is going, what do you think Farron's up to? Probably something boring. Farron clutches his stab wounds.
Yeah.
It's good. That's a good meme. It's a good meme moment.
And Scrapture is back up to full.
Nice.
Well, let's get hauling all of these back to town, village, whatever. I'm sure at least one of the townsfolk that's back there is probably a butcher and can do a much better job than I can.
Agreed.
Alright.
I think best course of action, Rugar, you and I can take the small ones, and I think between Johan and Scrapture, the two of them should be able to take the big one.
That seems reasonable.
Alright, I want, Trinket, I want you to roll a strength check with advantage for Scrapture.
Can it be athletics? He is proficient.
Straight strength with advantage.
Okay. 19.
That's fine. No complications. Both Scrapture and Johan together managed to bring up this goat without trouble at all. And you guys start to make your way back towards the camp. Eventually, Varen, as you make your way back towards the camp with Sadari and your stab wounds, you wonder what might have been had you been able to actually get the ram. It's fine. Sometimes Sadari speaks up to you. It's fine. Sometimes these creatures don't allow people to escape with their lives. There's been plenty of young men who have tried after these only to come back with, well, barely their lives.
It was just, I was more thinking of, its method of attack. I've felt the effects before. It's kind of a painful memory.
Damage to the mind, sounds like. If you've those who have experienced it in the past often recall any similar happenings to be reminders of it. Tell me, what was yours a reminder of?
Back to when in my days of my training.
A particularly grueling sergeant?
Not exactly. Well, I was formerly part of the Shogunate elite. And their methods for training them are a bit extreme.
I can understand it. Such must be necessary to maintain a level of discipline in an army of the size that the shogunate maintains. I wonder. If a member of your military were able to stay around Peritimo, let's say after most of this has settled, would you?
Stay in this town.
Potentially. I'm not getting any younger, and even though it would just be an honorary title, I'm sure the auxiliary would love to have a man such as yourself. You carried yourself well, and you had the wisdom to bring a weapon that could deal with even spirits.
Well, as for right now, my group takes precedence, and we have a place back in Argonis, but it's an interesting thought.
Argonis. How goes life in the heart of the Freelands? I haven't heard much news from it since last time Puzal visited.
It's a bit turbulent at the moment. There are frictions with the Empire.
As there always are. Unfortunate. The Empire likes to have its fingers in several soups, so to speak. Or is that how that saying goes?
Possibly.
I like to think it's that way.
But it seems their meddling is getting more thorough by the day, it seems.
Thorough? How is this?
Well, as it so happens, our group aided the town's guard in foiling a plot to destroy the cathedral.
Wait, you mean to say that someone wanted to attack an orthodoxy cathedral?
Yes. It was a group from the Empire that rebelled.
I want you to roll as you say that, I want you to roll an insight check.
Okay. Let me see. Uh, 7.
You see a plain look of shock. Like, a lot of people don't try to mess with the orthodoxy unless they want the ire of... Actually, that gets into too much. I'm sorry. Over. There's a clear look of shock on his face. Strike out the rest of the bit that I started to say, please.
But yes, there was a group of rebels from the Empire that was staging a rather, well, grand display of chaos. And while they were supposedly ousted, and the Empire claims that they're not associated with what happened, my instinct tells me otherwise.
Keep your wits about you when you return to Argonis, whenever that may be. If you think the beasts and the spirits of the wild are a pain, I have learned that the creatures of the city are just as much, if not more so.
Baron kind of cocks a smile at that one. You don't need to tell me how humanoids could be even worse savages than beasts themselves.
And he returns a sagely nod. As you return to camp, you guys manage to find. Varen, I want you to roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
You're trying to find somebody to butcher these goats.
Nat 20.
20. Yeah. You find. You managed to do two things actually. You actually managed to find a spare set of butcher's knives that Fuzal was keeping on the caravan, and you managed to find someone to use them. As you approach this young man, he has his parted hair, very, very long, but tied back into a braid.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees the goats. Oh. Hello there. Don't suppose you're going to be. I suppose that's supplies, the results of the hunt?
For our party, yes. And it just sets the goats down in front.
Oh, this is good. Good. These aren't looking too bad. That should probably give us a couple days. Probably a day or so. You said you weren't the only party. There was another one?
Well, the main group that was initially that left was supposed to be the only party, but we thought that figured take another look around with Sidori.
Good. This'll probably be a good few meals for all of us. Thank you.
Hopefully the other party will be back soon.
As you turn to walk away, I actually need to grab that paper that had their names. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't catch your name, by the way.
Baron.
Well, Varen, after this is said and done, if you said that I've heard talk that there's an army coming back to try to liberate the town. What do you make of that?
Well, hopefully it can be done and done swiftly.
Where are they? There we are. Well, the name's Nakaito, and if once all this is said and done, if you want a few good cuts of meat for the road, maybe some jerky out back at my shop, if I ever get back, if it's not burnt to the ground, you can count on me for some supplies for the road.
Baron just slightly nods his head. And continues to wander off.
All right. Ishmael, Rugar, Trinket, as you guys are bringing the goats back to camp, as you're tracking through the brush onto the main road, you had to backtrack a little farther towards the north than you thought you would have. I want you guys to roll perception checks for me.
Okay. 17.
9.
And if it makes any difference, these are hearing-based perception checks.
And
16 for scrap.
Percepti dude.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. Trinket. This might be a dirt road, but even from a distance, You can recognize the sound of hooves.
I hear hooves.
It sounds like it's coming from the north.
Sounds like it's coming from the north.
Rugar, you're... As a few minutes pass, are you guys going to press on towards the camp? Before I say anything. Are you pressing on towards the camp, or pausing for a moment?
If Trinket would have said that out loud, he would have attempted to turn back and see if he could see who's following. Or who's coming up on them.
Okay, go ahead and make an additional perception check.
12.
You
Trinket. Oh,
You see a sizable dust cloud down the road. Make an intelligence check for me.
Okay. 11.
Sure is a lot of riders. Wonder what that is.
Coming from the north, right?
Yes.
And was it that the direction that we had come from, or was that coming from
That was
Peretum?
coming from the Freelands.
Oh. Wait a minute. Beauregard just kind of points back at them. It's not them. It's not them. Trinket, look.
If we intend to find out, then I suggest we at least get a hiding place in case not.
Okay, sure.
Alright, if we're hunkering down in the brush, then use the goats to cover up anything. Alright, I'm just going to say it outright. Scrapture's bright and shiny, so cover his ass up with one of the large goats so that he can't be seen.
I want you guys to... Okay. Yeah, are you guys gonna follow through? You guys gonna follow through with that?
Is anybody
Yes.
proficient with the disguise kit?
I wouldn't say that's a disguise kit. I'd say given the circumstances, it would be a stealth check.
Okay, sure.
Just lay down on the dirt, get as low into the brush as you can, and use the goats to hide yourselves as well as you can.
Group
16.
Group stealth check. Everybody rolls.
24.
13.
Okay. And for Scrapture with advantage because he's being covered by other things.
18.
Okay. And let's roll for Johan. This is where it gets interesting.
Here I go stealthing again.
That's 15. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's good. Good job, Johan. Good job.
Okay. As you guys hunker down, the dust cloud grows closer. You guys are waiting for 10, 15 minutes. As you guys are probably about 4 or 5 miles north of the camp at this point. You had to backtrack that far. So you're about 15 miles out from Peritimo. As you guys... As the minutes pass, and the thundering of hooves grows closer and closer and closer, around the bend, up the hill, comes riding a contingent of 30 heavily armed cavaliers, dressed in orange and blue finery, dressed with orange and blue finery and bearing pennants of the same color. And actually, let me pull this up in my documents here because I didn't upload it beforehand. I'm a fool. And I'm sorry.
You fool!
Artwork, where is it? Heraldry, heraldry, heraldry. No, that's... Which one did I... I didn't save it. Son of a gun. I didn't save it. I had the one I wanted and I didn't save it. Oh, but... that irks me.
Oh,
This is... Okay. I'll do my best to describe it from memory because I didn't save it. You see on these pennants small flags, a couple of them, and on their shields too, with single grains of wheat over, like single stalks of wheat over what looks to be a floating river, and the picture of a clock and a singular tower. I want you to roll a history check for me.
Okay. Come on,
19.
proficiency with history. Also a 19.
7.
Ishmael, Rugar, you've seen these flags pretty recently. About coming up on a week and a half ago.
There are Argonan flags, aren't they?
Not just any. These are the flags of the River Guard.
Immediately upon him recognizing that, Rugar will attempt to pop up and wave him down.
You see the head of the column. You see the head of the column order a full stop, and the thundering cavalry slows ultimately to a stop on the roadside. Who goes there?
Rugar Hulimian of the Dealbreakers! Are you the reinforcements from Argonus?
You might say that. We are the River Guard. The first echelon. And we respond to the call to aid from Proritamo.
Yes. Thank the divines. We're the ones that sent the letter.
Good.
Back that way, the refugees from town are safe and secured, but...
How many?
Mighty voice of the sky, how many were there?
There was about 40.
About 40 of them have fled town. The rest are still causing insurrection in Peridimo.
Good. The Kingdom of the Red Diamond has grown bold as of late. We will ensure that this boldness is repaid in the blood of giants.
Indeed.
The rest of the army is about 2 days out. We'll return to them and be back with you at that time.
Sure, and Rugar will attempt to give them approximate directions to where the rest of the refugees are at.
So do you lead them back to camp? Do you lead at
Yes.
least? I'll send a couple of my men with you to help secure the refugees. You will likely, due to our treaties with the college, we are required in the case of this kind of invasion. Welcome. You have our thanks for helping us in this matter, and I'd wager the college will owe you quite a sum.
And you have ours and Peridimo's as well, for sending your aid.
As I said, it was required by treaty.
All right.
And as you lead them back to camp, reinforcements are a couple days away, and that is where we are going to end the session.
Yeah.
Jake Austin.
Bye, future Jake.
Shit, we didn't even break.
I know, we really powered through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was also something of a slightly shorter session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Good way to warm back into it. Hopefully, I'll be able to continue this. We do have some discussions to do afterwards, but I would like to go ahead and read off any bits and events that happened in the meantime. I'm gonna pop
Indeed
into
they were.
Streamlabs here. How did you guys like it? First session back after a while.
That was fun.
That was good.
I'm sorry about the bad dice rolls you gotta get, Helix. I'm so sorry for you.
And this is session 14.
Correct.
14.
Well,
Yes.
if you guys had to think of a name for this, what would it be?
Goatest of all time.
I mean, I have a suggestion. I also typed it out. Please don't hurt me.
Please don't hurt me.
Yep.
That's solid. I have to go with that. I'm sorry for everyone who hates dry humor, but I have to go with that. That is pandering of the best kind.
There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
So episode 14. Please don't hurt me. Alrighty, we'll start off with the group. Where can we find you guys? We'll start with Rugar. We ended off with you.
Okay. Well, you can find me on Twitter at MilloNinjaFTW, and you can also find me on twitch.tv/MilloNinja, where tomorrow night I will be streaming Satisfactory because I need to get back into the building thing, and considering I just got my PC back, I need to stream again. And you can also find me hanging out with these guys in the MMW community, as well as other endeavors like CFPs, etc., etc.
Let's go with who next? Cryptic Cyanogen. We'll just go in reverse order from what we had.
Yes. I am the legendary Cryptic Cyanogen. You can find me at twitch.tv/cryptic_Cyanogen, where I'm not streaming right now, but I have also been known to play Sea of Thieves within the M&W community with such famous names like LeJake, Trash King Arisen, Alcor, and Takahata 101, whoever that guy is.
Yeah, some Canadian schmuck. And was it? I'm trying to think of who else it was. Was it Gaia or Helix that started us off?
It was Helix that started us off, so...
Gaia Green, where can they find you, dude?
On Twitter, it's at GaiaGreen3, and it's twitch.tv/GaiaGreen, where coming up down the pipeline this week, there's going to be more Persona 4 Golden. We're getting into Kanji's dungeon, and he was always my favorite from the fighting game, so I'm very excited to get my steel chair throwing boy. Also down the pipeline, I'm looking at finally taking a look at Monster Train, since Milla gifted that to me like a month ago now.
Yeah, dude.
Some other indie stuff. I'm definitely going to be dedicating a bunch more time to streaming come recently, because I'm going to start opening up donations to try and raise money so that I can move to Germany to pursue an audio engineering degree over there.
Ooh.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be up to for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Alrighty. Who else have we? Helix, where can they find you, dude?
You can find me both at Twitch and Twitter at HelixX. Nothing currently on the docket, but hopefully things will start coming down around here. The things I'm doing to maybe start streaming some more again.
Nice. And of course, you can always find me right here. I'm sorry as of late, we have not been having regular streams on this channel because of various issues at work being short-staffed, and that made me incredible. And over the past couple weeks, between not having enough materials and not having the time to do it, I can only profusely apologize for not being a little more regular in my streaming schedule. However, that being said, I am considering, and this is a big might based on how this test run of it will go. I am considering a return of Titan Exhibition Wrestling. Considering. I not put... It depends on the availability of potential co-commentators. It depends on my continued availability during the week. Please stay tuned on my Discord, which you can find here, or on the MNW Discord, which you can find here. Or is it going to trigger at all? It's not going to trigger. Beans. You can ask for that invite link at your leisure. Because you can find me palling around all over the internet, specifically in the MNW community, belonging to the two wonderful streamers, Takahata101 and Edward Bosco. But until such time as that decision is made, we will continue Trials of Eidos as scheduled, but even that schedule is pertinent to change as the world is changing around us every day. With all of that said, let's find somebody to raid. I have someone in mind. Did we have any other raid targets from you guys?
Well, Mandaloo.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Like
think
I
the only
posted
the only other person I would probably suggest would be Dr. Caliban.
Yeah.
That'd be another song.
All right.
Shall we let the dice decide?
No, I think we'll go with Mandaloo. We haven't rated her in forever.
What should our raid message be? Crit happens?
No, let's go with the episode name. Please don't hurt me.
Please don't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
That's solid. That's solid.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you all for coming by, and we look forward to the next time after this break here, where you rejoin the Dealbreakers. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.